Cool.
Yeah, I got no issue with that. If I make war on her, I'm cool with that as well. However, money is never a reason why I want to get divorced.
Yeah.
I want to get divorced because I suck or she sucks or whatever. She's terrible or whatever. Or we just can't live together.
Right.
Money is never a reason to get divorced. And, you know, I'm almost to the point, and I've said this to a couple of other Mrs. Big Rudes back in the day. If you make more money than me, I'm cool with a prenup. Prenups don't mean anything to me.
No, I got you. I agree with that.
You know,
it's just not something that you see commonly with people, I guess, in middle to upper middle class households.
Because what I found, this is just me, and maybe it's just the clientele and women that I deal with. You know, if they make more money than me, a big thing for them is security. You know, I want to know that you're not gonna up and leave me and take everything I got.
Yeah.
Okay, here, do. I ain't taking nothing. You know, I'll take me and my Trailblazer and we roll out.
Yeah.
You know, and we split everything else that we did together, 50-50. There's no court. There's no discussion. You know, but we cut the kid in half.
Yeah, but see, that the only thing with that, though, is when you have emotion involved, emotion is not going to allow one of those two parties to let it be that simple.
And that's why you do a prenup.
Yeah, but I mean, even then, I mean,
well, in a prenup, you still got one party who's going to make more money.
Yeah, but I mean, even with a prenup, there's going to be a whole lot of emotion involved. It's not going to be quite as simple as you'd like that to be. You're not going to be able to just, all right, these are my chips, those are your chips, and then you just go in opposite directions. Be nice, you know, but it's never going to be that simple.
But see, the only reason I feel like that way, because I feel like the court should not decide who gets what.
Yeah,
and like last week, the whole Kobe Bryant, Vanessa Bryant situation, I was a little serious because I didn't feel like she needed $375 million.
And she got a house with a kid.
Plus alimony. Really? What do you need alimony? You just got $75 million for being a mom.
No, I got you. Hey, look, I'm absolutely on record as saying, you know, there shouldn't be a special, you know, letter that you have to sign at the beginning of the marriage that says this is what you get. You know, you'll get some people that'll say, you know, she earned her money by being his wife and supporting him and bearing his children. And that's fair. Absolutely, that's fair. You know, you won't get any argument with me, particularly in the Kobe Vanessa case, because they were babies when they got married.
Right, exactly. And, Daddy was against that anyway.
Both of them were babies when they got married. You know, and as far as her getting half, you know, I mean, to me, well, you can look at it like this. You could say if he made $100,000, it'd be fair that she got 50. You know, I don't necessarily say that wouldn't be fair, simply because anything less than that would be difficult for her to live and take care of his children. Whereas difficult is when we're talking about obscene amounts of money, where people like us can't fathom it. You know, $75 million happens to be half his money.
Yeah,
that's when it gets hard.
But for me, that wasn't the kicker for me. 75, I get it. 3 houses and alimony.
Well, how many houses?
Really?
How many houses do they have?
That's a good question.
If they have 6 houses, then what's the difference?
And why do you need that many houses? You can't.
I don't think they have 6 houses.
I agree with you on that.
You know, you have a thing called snowbirds.
But if we're keeping with consistency, with her getting half, then my assumption, since none of the 3 of us know for a fact, my assumption would be if she got 3 houses, they must have 6 houses.
We can hope so.
Now, I got issues with alimony regardless, because
I don't think she should get.
I don't think anybody should get alimony.
Well,
period. Get a job. Get a job.
Yeah.
Why do I have to pay for you when I don't want to be with you no more?
I mean, I understand that. You know,
alimony to
that
me.
check go down so many times before you cash it.
I mean, when you got jokers that quit their job so they don't got to pay the ex-spouse, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But me, I don't get the alimony thing, and it don't matter how much money you make. That I don't get.
I don't get why he still got to pay her alimony after giving her $75 million check.
No, I'm with you.
He's got to maintain that lifestyle of hers.
Get a job,
and he's got to
be on Basketball Wives.
She'll be there next season. You know what?
If I'm Kobe Bryant,
block it,
baby, I give you all this.
Block it.
No TV for you.
Block it. Make her sign confidentiality, all that.
Exactly.
All of it.
You're not on TV. You're not on radio.
But let's back up, because you gave me a little bit of opposition a minute ago about when I said I don't get the alimony thing.
It depends. The reason why I say that is because there's some men out there who don't allow their wives to work.
Okay.
I won't be one of them.
It's more of a control thing, I think.
Okay.
At that point in time, if you do not allow your wife to work, then yeah, she needs to get something. I'm not saying she should get now unless she gets some crazy amount like $75 million. There should be a limit.
Okay.
You know, if it's like dude on the street who makes $70,000 a year and has one baby and he wants her to stay at home and raise and he can take care of the bills, cool. I understand why he wants her to stay at home, but you know, you go out and do whatever, or y'all just don't work out. You can't kick her out and be like, peace. Oh yeah, keep the kid. I'll pay for the kid. I ain't paying for you. That's insane.
And see, I see where Ruben is coming from. His idols have been tarnished. You know, Hulk Hogan.
Man, it's not even about that, man. But I just feel like,
but here's the thing, though.
Because if it was me and my wife made over $100 million, $100,000 a year, and she said, "I want you to stay at home and be Mr. Mom," and then for whatever reason we not together no more, and I ain't got no job. Yeah, she need to pay.
All right, well when you present it that way, because I be honest with you, I never looked at it from that perspective, and that is fair. That is fair if between the two of you, it was determined that my job is to work, your job is to maintain the household and take care of the house. I can live with that, but like welfare, and I don't want to be disrespectful to welfare recipients versus alimony recipients, but I'll use that just kind of as a parallel. Welfare is supposed to have an expiration date. You're not supposed to get it forever. You're supposed to get it until you get back on your feet, and then you come up off that system.
Well, alimony has the same thing.
Not all the time, because you got people who get alimony forever, and you get people who refuse to remarry because they want to continue to get their alimony from the ex.
But that's because of the agreement that they did, you know. Because there's some people, like I know a person who him and his wife divorced, and he paid alimony for 2 years. I mean, when he was done with that, he had I don't gotta pay no damn alimony party, you know. And he just went and blew like whatever he had to pay. He would normally pay her, you know. He just went and blew it on. We had a party.
Okay.
I mean, that's. Well, it's crazy.
Well, Ruben, you know, it all started because again we were just trying to figure out how many accounts share the household.
I know.
You've broken off into
hey man, sometimes you just gotta do that.
Bring it back. You know, again, the whole thing. How many accounts do you want in your household?
3.
I want 3. Marcus J.
3.
Right. We
That's
all
equal.
want 3,
it
needs to be equal.
At least 3.
You know, and
rephrase that. At least 3.
At least 3. I want to be able to go out. April's coming up. I want to be able to see the draft. You know,
and you don't want to have to discuss it.
Right, I don't want to have to.
Are we going to the draft?
Of course we go. We go to the draft every year.
We go to the draft every year.
We going to New York.
We go to no.
No, see, there you go.
That'd be hot though.
We go to the local watering hole, who we're not going to say their name because they have paid us. But we, the local watering hole that we always go to, where we have our production meetings. That place, that's where we go.
But how much would it cost to go to the real joint?
See, there you go. Okay, let's go back. Let's bring it back.
Before we go back, I'll be honest with you. That is one event that you couldn't give me money to go to the NFL draft and actually be there. It's boring. It's boring.
Unless you bringing me some food and some libations. Thank you, April, for the new big word.
Libations.
Hey, I'm gonna get another one of y'all words for friends. Don't trip. You know, it's no point in going to that type of. It's no point to going to that type of establishment to see the draft. I mean, you got some fanatics who do. Other than that, no.
I'm not feeling it.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I mean it's cool, but I mean I think at least 3 would be great, you know, because that way, like I said, he gets his money, she gets her money, and we got our money.
Yeah.
So it's cool. So we got a caller, Grizzy. Grizzy's calling in to say, hey, what's up, brother?
What's going on, everybody?
How you doing, man?
Not much, man. I heard about the topic, and you know I got to get in on this.
Well, get in.
Let's hear it, brother.
You got 3 minutes.
Nah, we ain't gonna give him the whole show.
Okay.
You got a minute and a half. You can give him a minute and a half.
I won't take too much of y'all time. 3 accounts you should have. You should have one for you, one for wifey, and one to take care of the bills.
There it is.
It can't be no more simple, and it should be transparent. You know, can't have no side account, anything like that. You know, she can't dip into it though neither on your own single joint. You know what I'm saying? But the big joint should be the big one where you taking care of the bills, you take care of the family.
You taking care of the mortgage, the electricity, the water, the cable, all that, right?
Now, what happens is, what a lot of people run into trouble is, one or the other, and I say, because I'm a dude, I'm the husband, you know, I ain't getting on wives neither, but is when someone mismanages the joint account, the bills account, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Communication is key with that, because if one hand is doing something and the other don't know, somebody's going to come up short.
Oftentimes that's part of the problem, Grizz, because you know people aren't communicating. I mean, if you got multiple accounts, then so be it. I mean, as long as it's something that is discussed and everybody, you know, because money, like Big Rube said, Grizz, money ain't something I want to be fighting about. Period. We can fight about something else.
You ain't lying, pimp.
I don't want to be fighting about. I don't want to be fighting about money. Well, let me get you.
Honestly, it's all going the same place. It's just how you manage it.
Let me get your opinion. Let me get your opinion on another. Let me get your opinion on another thing that we were talking about, as far as the percentages. You know, the percentages of money that go into, say, that joint account. Do you think that it's fair that the person that makes more money pays more money, or do you think, regardless of how much you make, you just put in what you put in?
Right. I say it should be proportional. Sometimes the wife is making more than the husband.
Mm-hmm.
It's simple arithmetic. Carlton Banks know about arithmetic.
I sure do.
Math classes together.
All right. Well,
one person is making 60% of the money in the house. Then 60% of the money should be going into the account.
Well,
the family affairs.
Let me play devil's advocate with you. Let me play devil's advocate with you guys. Let's say we're not talking about a marriage. Right. We're talking about the government. Is it fair that the more money you make, the more taxes you pay?
Yes.
Some people. I got the note that says he just won down there in Florida.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's fair? Now,
I call him Slick Rick.
Some people will call that socialism.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean the people that call it socialism are the fearmongers. You know.
Republicans.
There's a senator from Vermont that's in the U.S. Senate right now, Bernie Sanders. He's downright, he says on national television, he's a socialist, and he's an independent. He doesn't affiliate himself with any political party. He just does what's right for the citizens of Vermont. It's fear-mongering, and I think that's what's going to come up. You're going to be hearing this all year in the politics. You know, the Republicans are going to talk about Obama is socialist or whatever, and then the Democrats are going to talk about, you know, class warfare. I mean, in my personal, humble, you know, broke opinion, if it's worth anything, you know, it's hypocritical, I say, because the Republicans or the far right talk about how much they should spread the wealth, but we have a pattern since the 80s, since Reagan was in office, that the trickle-down economic theory does not work.
Yeah.
Look at Bush for an example. I mean, that's just. I mean, if people who lean on the right can't see that you got 30 years of an economic program, take out Clinton, to show that, you know, everything, wealth does not rise all tides or all boats. I mean, that's a fallacy, in my opinion.
I agree with you, and especially when you can see over the last week or so when Mitt Romney announced his tax return, he made something like $41 million and paid like 14% over the last 2 years. That is, an average. I think between the 2 years he made $41 million and paid like 14%. When the president made a little over $4 million and paid about 25%.
You know,
there's something really not right about that.
If I wasn't married, I'd be in the Obama bracket. Not to say I make Obama money, but if I was not married, I would be paying taxes on a working man's salary. And to me, if the country doesn't see that that's not fair, we're not saying, because they're trying to, you know, frame the argument that, you know, people hating on the rich. Everybody want to be rich. But I can assure you, everybody there in the studio right now, if you had money, you ain't got no problem adding your fair share.
I got you.
All right?
No, I got you. We're going to go ahead and leave it right there, Grizz. We appreciate you calling in. Thanks for your support. And hold the line. Carlton wants to holler at you about something. We're going to go ahead and get into a break. When we come back, we're going to get into the closings and the rants. Ain't no half step. And Marcus J. We'll be back in a minute.